Up next on Live It Up is Dee, and we're going to be talking about stage 4 breast cancer and her journey. Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
We got to meet when we were both honored about being powerful women in our community, and I was so moved and touched and inspired by your story. I asked you to please come on, so thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, thank you for this great opportunity.
So I told you I had a personal connection with breast cancer. My mom, lots of family members. But your courage and your strength is why I wanted to have you on so that you could do what you do, like be inspiring. For those that don't know, what is stage 4? Because cancer has different stages.
Yes.
Okay, where are you in your journey?
So I was diagnosed 2 years ago at the age of 39. I was initially diagnosed as stage 2, but they routinely do a PET scan to make sure that the cancer hasn't spread. I, of course, thought I have stage 2, I will get surgery, I will beat this. And 2 weeks later, I went for a PET scan and found out that the cancer had spread. And that is called metastatic breast cancer, otherwise known as stage 4. Stage 4 is when the breast cancer cells leave the breast area and they go to other parts of the body, like the bone, the brain, or the liver.
Now, I remember when my mom's cancer spread from her breast to her spine, and then her lungs filled with fluid and things like that happened. People just don't understand, and I wanted to have you on so that we could have really a heartful conversation about it because people don't know what to ask you, right?
Right.
Okay, so what are some thoughts or ideas about how you want to be treated in this situation? You know, like
That's a great question. So a lot of people will say to me, so are you done? Are you in remission? When you have stage 4 breast cancer, there's no such thing as remission. I will always have breast cancer. And the reason why is because when you're stage 1, 2, and 3, the breast cancer can be removed through surgery and chemotherapy. However, once you're stage 4, it has spread, so it's traveled through the lymphatic system, so it's no longer curable because you can't remove all your organs. So there is no remission. So when people say that to me, it doesn't really, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. And in all fairness, they don't know, but that's something that you probably shouldn't say to somebody who has stage 4. Also, people ask me, are you going to beat this? Are you going to fight? You're going to fight and beat this? Unfortunately, you can't beat it. I mean, it's 99% of the time, it is what kills someone. However, I'm still positive. I would tell everybody breast cancer took my hair, they took my eyelashes, it took my eyebrows, but it never took my spirit. So I can remain positive and I don't have to be in remission, and I know it's never going to go away, but I do believe it can be a chronic illness, and that's why I fundraise for MetaBash.
because you feel like you could just be in stage 4 and just live as long as you're going to live.
Right, as long as my PET scans show that I have no evidence of disease, even though it's there,
Right.
or I'm stable, then I can continue to live, somewhat of a normal life, never really a normal life.
Well, and live you do. I mean, you're the mom of a beautiful 5-year-old daughter
Yes,
that I
thank
got a
you.
chance to meet. She's just stunning and so sweet, and I love watching the relationship that you have with her. And you do a lot of good things in the community.
Yes.
So what are some of the things that you're involved in?
So when I was diagnosed, I felt like there were 2 areas that were underserved, as you should say, as I say. The first one is there's just not enough meds out there for people with stage 4, and the reason is, for instance, your mom's story. She lived 5 years. The life expectancy is actually only 2 years,
Wow,
and
she did a good job then.
yeah, she did a good job, but it's unacceptable.
No, I know it is,
because
and I miss her. I miss her every day, Dee. And we've both lost a lot of friends to this disease. And I told you she participated in the Tamoxifen study, and you told me that it's made a big difference for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was on tamoxifen for a year. Tamoxifen is it's a premenopausal drug. So it's for younger women who are diagnosed. I was diagnosed at 39. And there are many, many young women today being diagnosed. But once tamoxifen stopped working on me, which is typically what happens, right? The cancer outsmarts the medication eventually. There were no other premenopausal drugs for me to go on, and I exhausted my one drug. So I had to be forced into menopause at the age of 41, and once again, that's the reason I fundraise today. There are, for somebody in their 20s to be forced into menopause is just so unfair when, they don't have children and they didn't have a chance to have any children.
And you want to make a difference in the lives of others by making a difference today.
Absolutely. And the
Gosh, Dee, wow, thank you.
yeah, the other what else I felt was underserved is when I was done with chemotherapy, I knew I wanted to live a more natural, healthier lifestyle. And the information out there is so confusing. So products say natural on them, but yet they're not so natural. I can't tell what's organic, what's not organic. I didn't know how to grocery shop. I didn't know how to buy household cleaners, which, smell a certain way, and I thought maybe hurting me even more. So information is very contradictory out there. So I decided, and it's also all over the place. I couldn't find something in one place. So it took me a really long time to change my household and make it more organic and make it more natural, and my kitchen. Took me a while to do it. But while I was doing it, I said, why don't I share this information with other women? I'm part of so many groups where women are going through the same thing. So I decided to create a blog, and it's called Determined, D with two E's, determined.org. And I basically, everything I use in my house or I'm testing out, I write reviews on this blog, and from dishwashing detergent to laundry detergent to cancer-fighting recipes, because I do try to cook with a lot of cancer-fighting foods, and I put it all in one place. And I hope that it's a work in progress. It's fairly new, but I hope that one day I have like everything you could imagine on there. And if you're diagnosed, you just go straight there and you know what to buy.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your personal journey with us. Thank you for being here, for lighting up the room with your
thank
joy
you.
and your spirit. And we are so happy to know you. And thank you for coming here. It really makes a difference.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Wow. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. I'm Donna Drake. I've been visiting with Dee. And if this is something of interest to you, and I'm sure it is, it's of interest to all of us, please go to her blog, go to her website. The answers are there. Thanks for watching.